After the U.S. military's airstrike in Syria and reports of clashes between India and Pakistan, the world is on edge. What might these sudden events lead to? Welcome to our Hot Topics commentary. Recent developments, such as the ongoing Israel-Palestine conflict with over 20,000 casualties and the Russia-Ukraine conflict with tens of thousands of casualties, may not yet represent the world's most perilous time. First, U.S. President Biden ordered a U.S. military airstrike in Syria, targeting the Iranian Islamic Revolutionary Guard and its affiliated organizations in eastern Syria. The U.S. states that its military bases in Syria and Iraq have faced 14 attacks, with 11 in Iraq and 3 in Syria, resulting in 24 soldiers being injured. In retaliation, the U.S. conducted an airstrike in Syria. However, this U.S. action also aims to deter other Middle Eastern countries, such as Iran, from intervening in the Israel-Palestine conflict. Another sudden development is the India-Pakistan conflict, which erupted in the Kashmir region. This region has a history of conflict, with 2 wars fought between India and Pakistan following their partition in 1947. Now, the conflict has arisen once again between India and Pakistan, further complicating an already volatile international situation. Do these 2 significant developments pose risks for other conflicts in the region, such as those involving China and Taiwan, the Korean Peninsula, and the South China Sea? Firstly, the sudden U.S. airstrike in Syria indicates that, even though the U.S. has shown restraint in direct involvement in the Russia-Ukraine conflict, it doesn't mean that the U.S. won't participate in conflicts in the Middle East. In the Russia-Ukraine conflict, Russia can contain the U.S., but in the Middle East, the U.S. military machine can be activated at any time. Recently, several U.S. transport planes have arrived at U.S. military bases near the Mediterranean, preparing for a potential large-scale evacuation. Currently, there are tens of thousands of Americans in Israel, Lebanon, and elsewhere. The U.S. is prepared for the worst-case scenario in the Middle East. This also raises concerns about U.S. support for Taiwan, as cross-strait relations remain a sensitive issue. Therefore, if Taiwan independence advocate Lai Ching-te is elected next year and cross-strait relations deteriorate, will the U.S. employ military force in the Taiwan Strait? Another concern is the conflict between India and Pakistan, which illustrates that instability isn't limited to Europe and the Middle East. Even the Korean Peninsula and South China Sea issues are potential flashpoints, as the 4 nations, China, the U.S., Japan, and Russia, continue to exert significant influence and political maneuvering in the North Korean issue. Nobody desires war, but sometimes it arrives uninvited. It is essential to be prepared for unexpected conflicts. How do you view the ongoing and potential conflicts in the world today? Please share your thoughts.